Hello students, and this is a new video of Daily School of Economics 2015 complete solution. I will be trying to solve as many as problems, and this is a perfect question paper. This is the kind of question paper you can see that minus 1/3 will be for wrong answers, and the correct answers there will be 20 multiple choice questions in the examination. So these kind of structures will also be provided in the description below. Okay, and 1 mark if you choose only the best answer, and 0 if you choose none of the answers. And besides that, if you want to need to know any query, or you want to join our classes, or you need the complete video lecture, because I'm not going to give all the answers. Okay, some of the selected answers will be given, or the 2016 solution, then you just go to the link below to the description. You can contact with us. Okay, now coming to the solution part. There are two individuals, 1 and 2. Suppose they are offered a lottery that gives 160 and 80. Okay, use a color, use red. 160 and 80 with a probability each half. Okay, so lottery 160 having probability, so I will obviously go for 160. The alternative to the lottery is a fixed amount of money given to the individual. Assume that, so it's a game of expected utility, EU. Okay, EU calculation is needed. Assume that individuals are expected utility maximizers. Suppose individual 1 will prefer 110 with a certainty over lottery, and individual 2 is happy receiving a sure sum of 90 rather than facing the lottery. So which of the statement is correct? Are both a risk averse and risk taker, or none of the above? So what is a risk averse person or individual? Who is lower expected utility. So if you are a risk averse, so expected utility is lower than risk lover. Okay, now here in this particular case, if we proceed, the risk neutral individual will calculate his or her expected utility with respect to the probability calculation. So here expected utility of the person can be calculated half of 160 and half of 80, so that is 120. So since both the individuals value the risk proposition at the value below 120, so they could have got the expected utility 120, and both of them are 110 and 90, so which is way below than the expected utility. So both are actually risk averse people. So option A is correct in this case. Okay, now we will be proceeding to the next question. In the next question we have, so it's an exchange economy question. So in the exchange economy there are two agents, 1 and 2, with there are two goods, X and Y. The agent's preferences over X and Y are also given. If it rains, number 1's endowment is 10, 0, and number 2's is 0, 10. So obviously person 1 loves rain. And if it shines, then obviously it's the exact opposite. So now we have to guess which is the set of Pareto efficient allocations is independent whether it rains, or the Pareto efficient allocation will dependent on the weather. So first let me tell you what is Pareto efficient. Pareto efficient means no one can be made, no one is made better off without making at least one worse off. So that is a Pareto efficiency basic criteria. Now whether the Pareto efficiency calculation varies with weather. So it's simply the relationship between Pareto efficiency with weather we are talking about. Now the thing is that if this thing goes on, so for a consumer here, what is happening? The set of Pareto efficiency allocation depends only on the preferences of the agents, and it is independent of their endowment. So it is dependent only on preferences, not on endowment. Hence, the endowment only decides the reservation utilities of the agents, and hence we can determine the efficient allocation, and both agents would be willing to move. So simply the set of Pareto efficient allocation is actually independent of whether it is rains or shines, because this is the endowment we are talking about. It's not the preferences, okay? Because this kind of stuff is not, so because my preference, I cannot control whether it's rain or not, so simply in this case the basic option will go for option number A. Okay, now okay, to remove this portion I need some place to write. Okay, in this question, deadweight loss is a measure of what? In previous year DSE was concerned about around 70 to 75% of maths. Now they are mostly giving the same part for eco. So you can say it is relatively getting easier if you are from maths eco background, and relatively getting hard if you are from math background. So coming to this part, so what is DWL? DWL means part of the loss of surplus which is neither gone to the producer nor a part of consumer surplus. Part of the change which neither goes to consumer CS or nor PS. So that is the basic part. So deadweight loss is actually the loss in the social welfare. DWL equal to loss in SW, social welfare, which is the sum of the consumer and producer welfare as a result of some form of inefficiency. So it is an inefficient situation. Now the trick to answer this kind of question is, you just don't directly go for the options and try to check which is closest, because every option seems to be same. First you go for your analysis and then you check it. So deadweight loss in this case is it the consumer loss? No. Is it the producers only? No. Is it the social inequality? Now these two are the closest here, social welfare or social equality. So no one gives a very big importance to the social inequality here, because that is for development, growth versus development criteria's main headache. But here our only hope is social welfare. So option 3 is correct. So now we are proceeding to question number 4. This is question number 4 in DSE 2015. So to regulate natural monopolists, with a cost function, the cost function is given C of Q equal to A plus BQ, the government has to subsidize the monopolist. Okay, so a natural monopolist is there and the government and the cost function. So now this is actually a short run cost function because of this constant part. So in the short run cost function, the government has to subsidize the monopolist. Under what? Under what they will subsidize. So subsidy is necessary under marginal cost pricing. So subsidy is given for MC, marginal cost pricing, because the marginal cost is less than average cost. MC is less than AC. Because here if we calculate MC here, so MC is simply B, and average cost here A by Q plus B. So we can see that marginal cost is simply less than average cost. Obviously B is positive. Okay, so leading to a negative profit. So profit pi is less than 0 if price is equated at marginal cost. So if P equal to MC, so there is loss. So simply they will go for marginal cost pricing. Okay, they has to subsidize because the negative profit is going. Otherwise the natural monopolist has to stop production. Q equal to 0. So in order to do that, the subsidy will be provided, and that is to the marginal cost pricing rule. It will be done. Now we are proceeding to our very next question. This is also an economics question. So suppose an economic agent lexicographically. Now this one is a very, very unusual word. Okay. Now what is the meaning of lexicographically? Okay, it has nothing to do with structure. It's a mathematical term. In mathematics, the lexicography or lexicographical order is actually a generalization of the way of the alphabetical order of the words based in the alphabetical order of their component letters. Simple. So lexicographically means it is associated with the word called lexicon, which is a dictionarical order, or simply known as the lexical order. So simply dictionarical order or alphabetical order. So now an economic agent lexicography prefers X to Y. So he only see, okay, X coming before Y, so I should prefer Y, X. And then her indifference curves are, now what is the indifference curve? So now agent with lexicographical preferences don't have, actually they don't have IC, they don't have IC. Because they are not preferring with respect to, there is nothing called utility, there is nothing called the preference ordering. So they are simply going for the names. And name also without a brand, structure or history, it's just going with the flow. So it's the strictest sense of the word. So the set of points at all, the which the indifferent, the simple, the consumer is indifferent, there's nothing. Hence, the set of points actually forms so here the indifference curve is not a straight line parallel to x-axis, is not possible, not a straight line at all. So here L-shaped is not possible, that is L-shaped is actually happens for complements. So the only form is it's a complex set they will form. They will not form a curve, they will form a set. They will form a set, not a curve. Okay, so simply these three options, any curvical thing for any lexicographical ordering, if you see in any of the competition examination, so all your answer is okay. Here we go, my answer is this, simply convex set. That's it. Now we are proceeding to our very next question. So this question isn't like the previous ones. This one is a mathematical statistical question, to be precise. So they have given fx equal to 0 when xy equal to 0, and when they are not equal to 0 they have a function like this. So now we have to check the continuity and discontinuity of this particular structure. For this I need a bigger space, so I'm going to this page. So here what they have given, f of xy, let me change the color of the page, it makes it more spicy. Okay, f of xy, maybe it will take some time. Okay, xy, and this one is, we are concerned about this part only, x square plus y square. So in this particular case, what is happening, so we have to check whether it is continuous or partial derivatives, or discontinuous or partially not derivable, this kind of stuff. So here let us show that the function is whether it is continuous or not at 0, 0. That is means the at origin. So here xk comma yk is 1 by k comma 0. So this is k equal to actually 1, 2, and x dash k is simply 1 by k, k comma 1, 2. So k equal to infinity. So in both the sequences tends to 0, 0, yet the former case f of k is 0. So ultimately this actually not continuous, this function is not continuous at 0, 0. Now if we go for fx, that is the partial derivative, so according to the formula, limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h comma y minus f of x comma y divided by h, and f of y x comma y limit k tends to 0 equal to f of xy plus k, this part k. So now using the above definition, it is easy to see that f of x 0, 0 equal to 0 equal to f of y 0, 0 equal to 0. So in this particular case we can say that fx is discontinuous but has partial derivatives at all points. So partial derivative exists but continuity does not. So So this one is a yet simple and very effective question. So we can say that the particular answer in this case is number 2. So partial derivative exists, and this one does not do anything. Okay, so 6B is the answer. Okay, now we are proceeding to another question here. Question number 7, whether the function is continuous or differentiable, discontinuous or differentiable, continuous but not differentiable. It's a lot of things. So remember that we already know the function is discontinuous. So f is discontinuous, f is discontinuous. So these are the two closest options. These two are anyhow impossible because f is discontinuous, not continuous, we have already proved. So here, so this function is discontinuous at 0, 0. So we can directly say that the function is discontinuous, and if a function is discontinuous, so it has to be not differentiable. So hence this option is also wrong. So this is our correct option, that is 7D. Okay. Now we are proceeding to the next question. This one is again a mathematical question. Let me change the color to red again. Okay. Now this will be the last question, and after that the rest of the question I will do it in a new video. Okay, because this is already getting 16 to 17 minutes long. Okay, and although the data is now free, but it takes a lot of time to upload and see the videos as well. Okay, I don't want to bore with this. So consider the following system of equations. So x plus 2y, so there are how many variables? Let me see, x, y, z, s, t. So 5 variables and only 3 equations. Now that is not good. We won't be able to find it easily. So what they have to offer here, let me see. So in this particular question, the dimension of the solution space of the system equation. So they have asked about the dimension of the solution space. So let me just write the basic structure here. Okay. So here we have 1, 2, 2, minus 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 3, 6, 8, 1, 4. This is the first part. And the variable structure is x, y, z, s, t. I've already written the 5. So reducing a, here we have to make an echelon form, E-C-H-E-L-O-N. So echelon form, how can we do it? 1 is already there, so we need to make this part 0. So this minus this. So first is row 2 minus row 1, and then row 3 minus 3, 3R1. In that way, if you form the echelon, okay, for echelon I need this space. Okay, let me rewrite it here. So after doing echelon, this thing becomes A equal to 1, 2, 2, minus 1, 2, 0, 0, 1, 2, minus 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So simply here the rank of this becomes 2. Okay. Now when solving the system of equations by taking y equal to alpha, s equal to beta, and t equal to gamma, we just solve it, then we get it as x, y, z, s, t, and this one is forming that matrix 0, 0, this one is alpha, this one is 5, 0, minus 2, 1, 0, this one is beta, and minus 4, 0, 1, 0, 1, this one is gamma. So alpha, beta, gamma is there. So it is easy to see that the coefficient vectors of alpha, beta, gamma are linearly independent. Thus, from the basis for this particular solution, we can say the dimension is 1 plus 1 plus 1, so simply 3. Hence the dimension in this particular case is 3, so our option is, which one is the option? There must be a 3 over there, yes. So C is our answer. Okay, that's all for now. I will do the rest from this EEE 2015 part in my next video. Okay. Thanks a lot, and do subscribe the channel if you want to get all the videos. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you.